For over 2 weeks now, all anyone can talk about is the shocking arrest of Sean "Diddy" Combs and the jaw-dropping fallout that's pulling some of the biggest names in entertainment down with him. But one name in particular has left fans completely stunned: Steve Harvey. People have been giving Steve the side-eye for a while, especially after rumors surfaced claiming he allegedly played a part in introducing his daughter Lori to Diddy after Kim Porter's passing. But now, it's not just about Lori's involvement. There's speculation that Steve might have been a lot closer to the situation than anyone thought. Behind his polished image, could there be a much darker side to the story? Let's dig into what's really going on. The shocking arrest of Sean "Diddy" Combs in Manhattan sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Federal agents took the music mogul into custody on charges that read like a crime novel: racketeering, conspiracy, and exploitation. With his business empire spanning music, fashion, television, and nightlife, Diddy's arrest shattered the image of the mogul everyone thought they knew. As more details emerged, the questions piled up. How deep does this go? Who else could be involved? Then, a jaw-dropping rumor hit the internet. Steve Harvey, the beloved comedian and TV host, had reportedly fled the country the same day Diddy was arrested. Coincidence? Many people don't think so. The timing of Harvey's departure from the U.S. has fueled a frenzy of speculation. Fans and critics alike are wondering if Steve knew the walls were closing in on him as well. Was his hasty exit an attempt to avoid being caught up in the investigation? With each passing day, the theories grow, and many are beginning to believe Steve's connection to this scandal may be deeper than anyone initially suspected. Authorities have been conducting a full-scale investigation, and it's clear they believe incriminating evidence could be lurking in both Diddy's and Steve's properties. As the investigation unfolds, more questions arise about the true nature of their relationship and just how far-reaching this scandal might be. It's no secret that Steve Harvey has been a regular at many of Sean "Diddy" Combs' infamous parties over the years. These extravagant, star-studded gatherings were often viewed as the ultimate symbol of success within the entertainment industry, a place where celebrities from music, film, sports, and politics mingled in high spirits. However, as we peel back the layers of glitz and glamour, a much darker narrative begins to emerge. One that raises serious questions about Steve's involvement and the nature of these gatherings. Those parties, which once seemed like exclusive celebrations of success, now carry an unsettling reputation. Behind the flashing lights and flowing champagne, whispers of questionable activities have circulated, hinting at far more sinister happenings. Reports have suggested that these events weren't just about networking and entertainment. They may have also served as a front for illicit behavior. Adding to the gravity of the situation, it has been revealed that Diddy is currently being held in a special housing unit, a 24-hour lockdown facility where every movement is meticulously controlled. Inmates are not allowed to leave their cells without being in full restraints, including leg irons, handcuffs, and a belly chain, with at least 2 or 3 staff members escorting them. The recent allegations and arrests indicate that these weren't just innocent get-togethers. As more individuals come forward, it becomes clear that Diddy's parties allegedly served as a hotbed for various illegal activities. And it's not just Diddy facing scrutiny. Every high-profile guest who attended, including Steve Harvey, is now under the spotlight and viewed with suspicion. The whispers have only grown louder, with serious and scandalous allegations surfacing, including claims that Diddy had cameras set up throughout his home. It seems Steve wasn't merely a casual attendee at these events either. Rumors suggest he was a regular presence, a fixture during some of the wildest nights in Diddy's inner circle. Now, this is where things take a fascinating turn. Sources close to the investigation are suggesting that the FBI has witnesses who claim to have seen Steve involved in some rather dubious activities. These aren't just random people making wild accusations. They are individuals who supposedly attended the same parties and have first-hand accounts of Steve engaging in behavior that could be not just embarrassing, but also illegal. There are rumors that Diddy was running something akin to an Epstein-type operation, filming everyone involved, one source commented. Yeah, but I'm not sure there's any solid proof to back that up, another added. This is where the narrative begins to unravel Steve's carefully crafted public persona. For years, he's portrayed himself as the quintessential family man, a loving husband and father, someone who dispenses advice on living a respectable life. His best-selling book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, established him as a voice of reason in the often tumultuous world of relationships. But what if it was all a facade? What if, behind the scenes, Steve Harvey was leading a double life, mingling in environments that were far from wholesome? Steve has cultivated a remarkable empire built on his charm, wit, and larger-than-life personality. He's been the face of countless television shows, from talk shows to game shows, and has won the hearts of millions with his straightforward and relatable approach to life. However, this new information could change everything. The notion that Steve could have not only been involved in, but also witnessed some deeply troubling activities allegedly taking place at Diddy's parties is almost too shocking for many to comprehend. Could the man who has been dishing out life advice for decades really be hiding something this sinister? This question lingers in the minds of fans and followers, forcing them to reassess everything they thought they knew about the beloved comedian and host. The alleged evidence in this case comes from the recent raids conducted at Diddy's personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. These raids reportedly uncovered items that have sent shockwaves through the entertainment community, including videos described as freak-offs. Such revelations have only intensified the scrutiny surrounding Diddy and his associates. Now, the fact that Steve Harvey left the country right as Diddy was being arrested has people buzzing with speculation. Why would he flee if he truly had nothing to hide? It's one thing to take an impromptu vacation, but it's another to exit the U.S. the very moment a close associate is caught up in a major scandal. This behavior raises eyebrows and suggests that he might have had a very good reason for his sudden departure, perhaps a fear that authorities could be closing in on him next. Questions are swirling about what this means for Steve's future. As the story unfolds, the intertwining narratives of Diddy and Steve have captured the public's attention, leaving many to wonder just how deep this web of allegations truly goes. What's even more chilling is that the scrutiny surrounding Steve Harvey goes far beyond just his attendance at Diddy's infamous parties. Whispers from credible sources close to the investigation suggest that Steve was not merely a passive observer. Allegedly, the FBI has been gathering evidence for years and has conducted interviews with multiple witnesses who claim Steve actively participated in some of the most shocking and illegal activities that occurred at these events. If these claims are proven true, they could not only tarnish his long-standing career, but also lead to severe legal repercussions. As of now, Steve has remained notably tight-lipped about the unfolding situation. He has not issued any public statements, and his representatives have been suspiciously quiet, which raises further questions about his involvement. Behind the scenes, it's likely that his legal team is working overtime, strategizing on how to navigate the brewing storm. The fact that he chose to flee the country immediately after Diddy's arrest suggests he is acutely aware of the potential for his own implications in this scandal. After all, if he genuinely had nothing to worry about, one would assume he would stay put and prepare to defend himself against the allegations. What amplifies the shock is the stark contrast between Steve's squeaky-clean public image and the allegations now swirling around him. He has meticulously built a brand based on relatability, trustworthiness, and sage advice. For years, he's been seen as the ultimate family man, a go-to figure for life lessons, and the last person anyone would expect to be embroiled in such a scandal. However, as more information emerges about the alleged activities at Diddy's parties, it becomes increasingly clear that anyone who frequently attended these gatherings, including Steve, could potentially find themselves implicated. And let's not overlook the fact that Steve's close relationship with Diddy only adds fuel to this already blazing fire. Over the years, they've been spotted together at numerous high-profile events, often exchanging public praise and admiration. Steve has even lauded Diddy for his entrepreneurial spirit, calling him an inspiration. But now, with Diddy behind bars facing serious charges, that once innocent friendship suddenly seems much more suspicious. The big question on everyone's mind is, what does Steve really have to hide? Could it be that he was just a guest at these parties, completely unaware of the darker activities happening around him? Or, as the rumors suggest, was he actively involved in the activities that have now contributed to Diddy's downfall? The truth remains uncertain, but as more information comes to light, it's becoming increasingly difficult to give Steve the benefit of the doubt. The fact that the FBI has been investigating Diddy's network for years indicates they're not only focusing on him, but also on everyone closely associated with him. Given Steve's long-standing friendship with Diddy and their many public appearances together, he's definitely in the spotlight. If these allegations hold any truth, Steve could be facing far more than just a public relations nightmare. He could potentially be looking at criminal charges that threaten to unravel everything he's worked to build over the past few decades. As the investigation unfolds, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The truth about Steve Harvey's involvement in this scandal will eventually surface. Regardless of whether he's guilty of any wrongdoing, the mere association with such serious allegations is a significant blow to his reputation. The longer he remains silent, the more speculation will swirl about what he might be hiding. Is it possible that Steve Harvey used his daughter Lori to get closer to Diddy? Let's unpack this. The unusual friendship between Steve and Diddy has raised eyebrows for quite some time, long before the recent revelations about Diddy's questionable behavior. Fans began to feel uneasy when Lori started dating Diddy, especially given the significant age gap. Diddy is 27 years older than her. In fact, Lori is younger than Diddy's sons, Justin and Quincy, which made his interest in her particularly unsettling. Many felt that it was inappropriate for Diddy to pursue Lori, especially as she's his friend's daughter. Fans expected Steve and his wife Marjorie to intervene and put a stop to the relationship, but surprisingly, they fully supported it instead. They even went on vacation together with Diddy and Lori, which only added to the creepiness of the situation. At that point, speculation started to mount. People began to wonder if there was something more to Steve and Diddy's relationship, with some even suggesting that Steve might be exploiting Lori for his own gain. This theory gained traction on social media, particularly due to Lori's high-profile romances. Fans couldn't help but notice how Steve seemed to prioritize Lori over his other children, including his biological kids, raising further questions about his intentions. It's telling that Lori was the only one Steve took on father-daughter dates. I remember one of our annual outings to my favorite Japanese restaurant where he opened up about guys and reassured me that he'd always support me and love me unconditionally, Lori said. But when it came to his twin daughters, it was like he disappeared. Not only did he skip out on father-daughter dates with them, but he didn't even bother to attend their graduation. An insider shared, "I went to high school with the twins. They were a few years ahead of me, and people always talked about them because of who their dad was, but he wasn't there at their graduation." It wasn't just the twins who felt his absence. He was basically a no-show for his son Broderick for the first 16 years of his life. Broderick himself said, "I didn't really have my dad in my life full-time until I was 16. And as for his second son, Winton, things took a darker turn. There were even police and CPS investigations regarding accusations of abuse against him, which is horrifying. According to TMZ, the allegation suggests that Steve disciplined his son with a belt and then a paddleboard, similar to the ones used for hazing in fraternities. The police report noted that officers documented the boy's injuries, which included bruises on his buttocks and right thigh, as well as cuts on his leg. It was reported that the beating was so severe it left him having trouble urinating for days. This left everyone feeling confused because Lori seemed to be the only one receiving special treatment. Some people speculated that Steve's favoritism toward Lori was all about her looks, and that he viewed her as a valuable asset he could leverage to his advantage. And it wasn't just fans who noticed this. Sources indicated that the other kids felt the same way, leading to significant family tension. Last year, one insider revealed that the siblings were fed up with Lori consistently being in the spotlight, creating a rift among them. The source explained, "Steve did the right thing by adopting Marjorie's kids and loves them as if they were his own. However, there's been quite a bit of tension among the blended Harvey family. Unfortunately, jealousy has surfaced among the siblings, especially towards Lori, who has captured the spotlight with her high-profile love life. It's a complicated situation, but let's refocus on Lori's relationship with Diddy, as fans suspect that Steve may have orchestrated it all. Rumors are circulating that Steve had been waiting for the perfect moment to introduce Lori to Diddy, and that opportunity arose after Kim Porter's passing. Lori had a close bond with Kim, and even after her death, she honored Kim's memory with heartfelt tributes on social media. She expressed her grief by writing, "Having a hard time processing this one. You were such a beautiful person inside and out. I'm so glad I told you how much I loved and missed you the last time I saw you. Your energy was truly something special. An angel on earth and now in heaven. R.I.P. Mama Kim." It's pretty wild that Lori began dating Diddy just 4 or 5 months after Kim Porter passed away, especially given her close friendship with Kim. However, rumors are swirling that Lori isn't the villain the media has made her out to be. It could be Steve who's pulling the strings behind the scenes. Some insiders suggest that he pressured Lori to delete her tribute to Kim because it didn't reflect well on her, and he wanted to avoid any negative attention. But that's not all. Fans have been buzzing about something else entirely: Lori's choice of nail polish amidst all this drama. Each time she's been spotted out with Diddy, her nails have been painted white, which raised eyebrows among fans. You might wonder why that's significant, but it ties back to Cassie's recent lawsuit against Diddy. In her claims, Cassie revealed that Diddy had an unusual obsession with white nail polish, insisting that she wear it to create a stark contrast with the dark skin of the male escorts he allegedly arranged for her. So, Lori's nail polish choice has turned into quite a conversation starter, adding another layer to this already complicated story. It wasn't just Cassie and Lori who had that signature white nail polish. Rumors started circulating that Diddy had the same obsession with young Miami, as she was often seen rocking white nails whenever she was out with him. This led some people to speculate that Miami might be in on Diddy's unusual interests, if you know what I mean. Now, back to Lori. After her fling with Diddy ended, she surprisingly ditched the white nail polish, which left fans wondering if she had seen or experienced something seriously unsettling during their time together. But wait, things are getting even crazier. Rumors are now suggesting that Steve might have used Lori as a way to get closer to Diddy. Allegedly, he was present at some of the wild parties and was even caught on tape. Lil Rel shed some light on this when he revealed that Diddy had cameras set up all over his house, recording everything without his guests' knowledge or consent. According to Lil Rel, Diddy allegedly kept that footage as leverage and for blackmail purposes. It's a shocking twist that adds even more complexity to the entire situation. Reports indicate that the feds seized the tapes during the raid earlier this year, and if Steve Harvey is indeed on those tapes, things aren't looking great for him. There are also whispers about Diddy possibly snitching on everyone at his parties to secure a lighter sentence. With those tapes to support his claims, it's understandable that Steve might be feeling a bit panicked. Fans have been quick to react, saying things like, "Steve has worn every color suit imaginable. Maybe it's time for an orange one now. The more wholesome a persona they project, the more it seems they have to hide. Who was more wholesome than Cosby? Would anyone really be surprised by Harvey at this point?" Another fan commented, Steve Harvey went from comedian on Family Feud to Christian to now on the run, while one added, "I raised an eyebrow at Steve and Marjorie when they allegedly pimped out Lori to Diddy. They all have dirt on their hands." With Steve's name being tossed around in rumors and suspicions, it's evident that this isn't just a one-off incident involving Diddy. Instead, it's turning into a larger web of high-profile figures now scrambling to distance themselves from what could be one of the most shocking falls from grace in celebrity history. The moment news of Diddy's arrest broke, it was as if a signal went off, prompting everyone in his inner circle to start making moves. People are fleeing in all directions, eager to avoid being swept up in what looks like an impending storm of legal troubles. While Steve Harvey is certainly one of the most talked-about names, he's far from alone in this unfolding drama. Rumors are swirling that several other celebrities who frequently attended Diddy's infamous parties have also gone into hiding. We're talking about a mix of well-known figures from Hollywood, music, and sports, some of the biggest names around. These aren't just distant acquaintances or business associates. They were reportedly right in the thick of the wild lifestyle Diddy was known for. Now that investigators are digging deeper into the allegations against him, these celebrities are doing everything they can to steer clear of becoming the next headline. The FBI is reportedly sifting through tons of evidence, including phone records and witness statements, and insiders say it's not looking good for those in Diddy's inner circle. Some surprising names have popped up, including those who seemed squeaky clean, much like Steve Harvey. However, it turns out that, like Steve, these celebrities were regulars at Diddy's exclusive events. And the allegations suggest they were involved in more than just sipping champagne and making small talk. Sources say they were deeply engaged in the shady activities happening behind closed doors. You might be wondering who else could be caught up in this mess. One name that keeps coming up is Cuba Gooding Jr. While he's had his fair share of controversies over the years, his ties to Diddy are now under increased scrutiny. Cuba was reportedly introduced to Diddy's insider, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, at one of these notorious gatherings. According to a lawsuit filed by Jones, Cuba was far from just an innocent bystander. He claims Cuba not only attended these events but also took part in inappropriate activities, which could land him in serious legal trouble. And it doesn't end there. Another name that's surfaced is Prince Harry. Now, before you raise your eyebrows too high, let's clarify, there's no indication that Prince Harry was involved in any wrongdoing. However, he's been mentioned as someone who attended some of Diddy's events. Keep in mind that Diddy's influence stretches well beyond the entertainment world. He rubbed shoulders with royalty, politicians, and global elites. Prince Harry's connection to Diddy comes from a charity event they both attended years ago, but the fact that his name is even being discussed in this context is definitely raising eyebrows. It highlights just how far-reaching this scandal could become. Then there's Young Miami, the rapper and one of Diddy's former partners. She's been pretty open about her relationship with Diddy, but now her name is coming up in a whole new light. Rumors suggest that Young Miami may have been involved in transporting certain items across state lines for Diddy, items that are now under intense scrutiny. Whether these rumors have any truth to them remains to be seen, but it's clear that anyone who had a close connection to Diddy is now facing scrutiny. With each passing day, more names continue to emerge in this growing situation. The real tragedy here is that many of the people involved probably thought they were untouchable. For years, Diddy has been viewed as one of the most successful and influential figures in music and business, a person who could open doors and help make dreams a reality. But now, it seems his empire is crumbling, and anyone linked to him is being dragged down with him. The fallout has been swift and severe, and it's only getting worse as time goes on. Take Diddy's current predicament, for instance. He's been denied bail, which means he'll remain behind bars until his trial. The media is buzzing with reports about his living conditions, which are reportedly a far cry from the lavish lifestyle he's used to. There are rumors that he's being held in a facility known for its strict rules and lack of comforts, which must be a real shock for someone who's enjoyed luxury for decades. As for the charges against him, they're incredibly serious, so serious that he's facing the possibility of life in prison if convicted. This isn't just a slap on the wrist or a hefty fine. It's the kind of legal trouble that could end his career for good. What's even more astonishing is how quickly Diddy's empire is falling apart. His partnerships with major brands are crumbling all around him. Just a few months ago, he was the face of well-known companies like Revolt and Ciroc, but now those relationships are in ruins. Even Hulu, which was reportedly working on a reality show featuring the Combs family, has pulled the plug. It seems like no one wants to be associated with Diddy anymore, and honestly, who can blame them? The allegations are not just shocking, they're potentially career-ending. Then there's the fallout for Diddy's family. His sons, once seen as rising stars, are now entangled in the scandal. Christian King Combs, Diddy's son, is facing his own legal troubles tied to accusations that have come to light following his father's arrest. Reports suggest that Christian may have also been involved in some questionable behavior at those infamous parties, adding to his own legal headaches. It feels like the entire Combs family is getting caught up in this whirlwind of scandal, and it doesn't seem like there's any way out. The speed at which Diddy's empire has collapsed has been astonishing. Not long ago, he was celebrating his return to music with the Love album Off the Grid. Now that comeback is overshadowed by the weight of the serious allegations against him. It's tough to see how he can move forward when he's facing such grave charges. As more details come out, the situation only seems to get darker. While the defense has raised some concerns, the 14-page indictment suggests there's enough physical evidence to potentially lead to a conviction. Time will tell, but these are serious allegations. What's really striking is that Diddy's downfall isn't just about one man's fall from grace. It reflects a larger system that allowed this behavior to persist for so long. For years, Diddy managed to build an image of success, power, and influence, surrounded by celebrities, politicians, and business leaders, many of whom turned a blind eye to what was happening behind the scenes. Now that the truth is starting to surface, it's clear that Diddy wasn't operating alone. Many people were aware of the situation, and some even helped keep it hidden. So, what does this mean for Steve Harvey and the others caught in the middle of this chaos? If the rumors are accurate, Steve isn't the only one trying to keep a low profile while the investigation plays out. There are whispers that several other celebrities have quietly left the U.S. in recent weeks, hoping to stay out of the spotlight. While Steve's decision to leave has grabbed the most attention, it seems others are following his lead. It's almost like a game of musical chairs, with everyone rushing to find a safe spot before the music stops. But eventually, someone is going to be left standing when the authorities come knocking. For now, all eyes are on Steve Harvey and the other celebrities who are trying to distance themselves from this sinking ship. Will they be able to escape unscathed? Or will they be the next ones facing serious legal trouble? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. We'll see you in the next video.